Hello, welcome to Budget Beauty, where I help you look flawless for less. Hello and welcome back to Budget Beauty, and a special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen and we are all about beauty on a budget. We do a lot of subscription box unboxings, dupe videos, will I buy it video, product reviews, get ready with me. But today we are doing a foundation ranking. I have 12 foundations that I have been using over the course of the last few months, and I'm going to rate them with you from the best to the absolute worst foundation. I'm going to share with you the reasonings why they fell at their particular ranking that they fell, and hopefully when you walk away from today's video, you have some great foundation ideas up your sleeve for the next time that you're in need of a refill of your foundation. So if you're excited for today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new or you haven't yet subscribed, I'd love to have you here. Hit the subscribe button and click the bell right next to it so you never miss a single video. I do upload at least 3 times a week, so you don't want to miss out. I will link all of the foundations that I share with you in today's video, as well as all of the makeup that I'm wearing today if you want to recreate this look. Follow me over on TikTok for more beauty on a budget, and let's start ranking foundations. We are going to start with the worst foundation and work our way up to my holy grail or my very favorite foundation. Now, as a disclaimer, this is my personal opinion on the foundations that I've been using. I've been using all of these for several months, and this is my personal opinion and my personal ranking for these foundations. If you disagree or you love some of these foundations, then by all means, go ahead and continue using them. But again, this is my personal opinion and my personal ranking. So number 12, or my least favorite foundation, is this NYX Total Control Drops. Now, when I first bought this foundation and first tried this out in a NYX full face of makeup, I actually really liked it. I do have to say that I like the texture of it. It comes out very, very watery, but when you rub it into the skin, it's a very soft, satin, velvety type of texture. My issue with this is it breaks apart extremely easy and extremely quickly. By the time I've finished my full face of makeup, my foundation has already started breaking apart. And I have tried setting this with several different powders. I've tried not setting it at all, and it always ends up breaking apart and just looks really cakey. That very well could just be my skin, but I have been trying to use this up and not waste it. You can see that I'm about down to here on the foundation. I use this on days that I don't care if my makeup breaks up. I definitely wouldn't use this on a day that I cared. Just not my favorite foundation. There are so many way less expensive foundations out there, drugstore exclusively, that are much, much better in my opinion than this one. Number 11 is the Covergirl Simply Ageless Foundation. Now, this is said to be a dupe for the KVD Good Apple Foundation, which I also have that you'll be seeing a little bit later in today's video. I didn't like this one. This is what the inside of the foundation looks like. It is really, really creamy when it goes onto the skin, but I feel like once you blend it in, it almost just disappears. It doesn't offer the coverage that the KVD Good Apple offers. On the bottom of the little compact, there is a sponge to apply the product. I generally just apply it with a brush or a beauty blender, but I just didn't love this. It did sit on my skin just fine. I just felt like it kind of sheared out when I went to press it into my skin. And although I don't love a full coverage foundation, I do like a medium coverage foundation. And this, in my opinion, is more of a light coverage. I haven't really been reaching for this. I'm, again, trying to use it up before I purchase any other foundations, but definitely not my favorite. And in my opinion, definitely not a dupe for the Good Apple. Number 10 is the L'Oreal Infallible Pressed Powder Foundation. This is their 24-hour fresh wear. You can see I have quite a good dip in this foundation. For a powder foundation, it's fine. I guess I just don't love powder foundation. I have dry to normal skin, and sometimes I find that with powder, it just settles into those dry patches and just kind of accentuates them. What I do like this for, though, other than just being a foundation, I generally don't gravitate towards this, but I do like this to set my face. So I'll use this to set my T-zone. I'll also use this if my foundation I'm using is a little too light for my skin, because it is tinted, because it is a powder foundation. foundation, it does add that little bit of color and mattes out that foundation. So I am continuing to use this, just not necessarily as my sole foundation, but more as a setting or finishing powder. Next up is the Tarte Foundcealer Multitasking Foundation. Now I received this in a Tarte mystery box, and honestly from here on up, I like all of these foundations, so it was a little harder to rank these, but I don't find myself reaching for this one as much. They say that it can be used as a foundation or a concealer. I have to disagree. I don't think it has enough coverage to be a concealer, but it does have enough coverage to be a medium to full coverage foundation, pretty much right in the middle there. It has a very interesting component. You twist it and the pump pops up. I do like that it is a pump top. It just makes it a lot less messy. I just find that I just don't reach for it as much. It does cover pretty well. It does feel a little bit heavy on the skin. And again, I wouldn't recommend it for a concealer, but for a foundation, if you like a between a medium and a full coverage foundation, you may really enjoy this one. Next is from Shop Miss A. This is the AOA brand, and this is their drop foundation. So this is a less expensive version of the NYX, and I actually like this one much better. It's the same watery type of consistency. It's that same velvety soft finish, but this one does not break up on the skin. It sits on the skin really well. It is more of a light to medium coverage, but it is buildable, where I find the NYX one isn't buildable. It just breaks up on the skin. This I really like, and I want to say that this was like $2 or $3. I did a full face of Shop Miss A makeup. I will link that video down below. And I've been loving this foundation ever since I bought it for that video. So if you're interested in that velvety soft drop foundation, I highly recommend this one. Next up is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation. This one I do really like. It is also a pump top. I find this to be a mix between that medium and full coverage foundation. This color is a bit light for me, but that is not the foundation's fault. That's my fault. But I do actually really like this foundation. I just don't reach for it as much as the other 6 here, my top 6 out of 12, but I do really like this. This is a higher end brand, so it is a little bit more expensive. I actually bought this on sale, and I think if you can get this on sale, it's well worth the money because it is a really good foundation. It sits nicely on the skin. It works well with all brands of concealers and powders. So yeah, I really like this one. I just don't reach for it as much again as the top 6. Now we're moving into my top 6 foundations, and this is where it gets really hard because I truly love all 6 of these. Coming in at number 6 is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. I love this foundation. It does also have the pump top, which I appreciate. This is a fantastic foundation. It is everything that it claims. It is full coverage. It is hydrating but not glowy. So if you have oily skin and you really like a full coverage foundation, this would be fantastic for you. I really like this foundation. Again, like I said, these top 6 are really hard for me to rank, but I would say that out of the 6, I reach for this one the least, but I truly love this foundation. It's super affordable. It's drugstore, and the funny thing is the majority of what's left in my bin are drugstore foundations. So I really like this one. Highly recommend. Number 5 is the e.l.f. Satin Finish Foundation for Flawless Satin Finish. I also love this foundation. I featured this in my e.l.f. full face of makeup. I'll link that video down below as well. I love this foundation. If you want that more matte satin look to your foundation, this would be perfect for you. I like a glowy look, so I always put, as you know, an illuminizer, mix it in with my foundation, and I do that with this one as well, but this definitely gives you that more matte satin look. It sits fantastic on the skin. It lasts all day. I was actually incredibly impressed with this, and it is so affordable. I mean, so affordable, and it comes in a wide shade range, which is great for all different skin tones. So I really like this one. This is my favorite foundation from e.l.f. Next up is the KVD Good Apple Foundation. You can see that I've almost hit pan in this foundation because I really like this. This definitely has mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people hate it. I love it. It is a great full coverage foundation. If I want a complete full coverage, long wearing, beautiful on the skin foundation, this is the one I always reach for. This is the foundation I normally wear when I'm filming because it is full coverage. I love it. It leaves your skin feeling hydrated without glowy. If you're not interested in glow, this doesn't have a glow. I love this foundation. Definitely let me know down in the comments, are you team Good Apple foundation or not team Good Apple foundation. Now we are into the top 3 foundations, and I love, and when I say love, I mean love, all 3 of these foundations. I could not pick one of these 3. I could not live my makeup life without all 3 of these in it. Starting with number 3, which is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Foundation. I love this foundation. Again, I use this in a full face of Colourpop, so I'll link that video as well. This foundation is amazing. It's hydrating. It lasts all day. I have worn this foundation through a jazzercise workout, and the only thing that happened, it did show where I was sweating, but the foundation did not break up. It lasted through my workout. It lasted the rest of the day. I love this foundation. Love, love, love it. In fact, I love the Pretty Fresh line. And I feel like Colourpop has really been stepping up their game, not just with eyeshadow palettes, but with their complexion products as well. Coming in at number 2 is my least expensive foundation. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. You guys, this is like $5, $6. This foundation is phenomenal. It is a medium coverage foundation. It is buildable to full coverage. You can sheer it out to light coverage. It blends perfectly. It works perfectly with any concealer, any powder, and it lasts all day long. This foundation is bulletproof. It does not move on your skin. It is so, so good. There is no need to pay $40 or $50 for foundation when you can buy the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And coming in at number 1 is actually the foundation I'm wearing today, and this is the Catrice TruSkin Foundation. Now this went viral because Tarte did a video on this foundation. It is a pump top. It is $10. This foundation is a million out of 10. So again, I'm wearing this foundation today. I've been wearing this for several hours. Perfection. It goes on so good. It's so creamy. It does not have any luminosity, but it mixes very well with Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, which is what I have on today, or the NYX Liquid Illuminator. It works so well whether you want a glowy look or a matte look. This foundation is so good. It lasts all day. Again, I've worn this through workouts. I really like to wear this one for filming because it is so buildable that I'm able to build it up to a full coverage, but it doesn't feel heavy on my skin. You guys, I don't know what voodoo magic is in this foundation, but it is so good. So, so, so good. It is generally sold out everywhere. I ended up having to buy it on the Catrice website, but I will link it down below everywhere I can find it. You definitely need to try this out. It's affordable. It's exceptional. So that is my foundation ranking of the 12 foundations that I'm currently using, from the best all the way up to the worst. Honestly, the top 6, you can't go wrong with any of those 6 foundations. Now the bottom 6, some of those I really like and some of those I really hate. Definitely let me know down in the comments what's your favorite foundation, and also let me know one foundation that did not live up to the hype. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big huge thumbs up, and if you're new or you haven't yet subscribed, I do upload at least 3 times a week, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell right next to it so you never miss a single upload. All of the foundations I shared with you today are linked down below, along with all of the makeup that I'm wearing, and don't forget to follow me over on TikTok for more beauty on a budget. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.